PC Ninja.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And I am Jacob Smith. I am your host for this podcast, and I play did play Thandra.
You're 100% dead.
And I died, and now I'm playing someone even better. But I've played him like twice, and I went away. And
yeah, you went to a wedding recently.
I went to a wedding, and I might still be drunk. No, I'm not.
But yeah, so hopefully everyone's going good tonight. Now. Are we still doing the dice rolling thing, or?
Oh mate, I haven't done it the last few times because the people that I've had on the show haven't been very experienced.
Knowing just how to start a conversation.
So they've not
had
had questions that they wanted to ask. They've had questions about the game. They've just not had questions that they were willing to ask on camera.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I also come totally unprepared to this because I got home yesterday. So,
well, what I think next topic should be this is pre-setting you up because I think next session we'll have next podcast we'll actually have the other Jacob on.
Lovely.
Yeah, so that way you two can talk about one D&D.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So that'll be something. But no,
mixed feelings. That's it's a little preamble to that.
But what I'm going to talk about with you today is something that we haven't fully spoken about.
Yes.
And I think it's a nice topic that we can go on that people can actually drag us off topic quite easily. And it's
I'm kind of wondering what we haven't spoken about with D&D or on stream.
Yeah. No, it's about how to get started running your own stream.
Your stream?
Yeah, for Dungeons and Dragons.
Cool.
You know, because we do have people ask. We do have people ask about the setup and how we've done all this, and it's been on a budget.
Yes, very much so.
It's just on a budget, but it's creative thinking.
Yeah. Also, anyone that hasn't watched, I guess, the last 2 episodes, then of the podcast, the gameplay itself, we've changed again.
Yes. Yes, we have changed. You didn't even know
I found out today when I walked in
today.
An hour ago.
Yeah, you came in and you're like, oh, things have changed. And I was like, yes, things have changed. Sorry, I thought you knew. And then to find out that you didn't actually know.
No, 100% did not. I was away, and so I was not watching my gameplay, and I've taken to watching Wednesday groups when it comes out on YouTube because it's just easier and I don't have to stay up.
And also you live your game.
Yes.
Except for the last session.
Yeah.
Because you want to wait till a wedding.
Yes, absolutely.
So...
fantastic time.
Yes. So I think one of the best places to start is if anyone's ever thinking about doing something similar to what we're doing or something else even, the advice I give and I talk about today, because it's not just, you will have a lot of things to talk about this journey that we've been going on.
Oh yeah.
Is that do it. just
for anyone that didn't get that wasn't do it something and then cut out. Start.
Just start.
Whatever you've got, whatever you have lying around, use it to get content out. You can always build up your the look of your game.
Yeah.
You can't have everything perfect from the very start.
No, if we kept trying, then it would have taken a long ass time.
Yeah. And as you can see right now, we have microphones, pretty damn good looking microphones. I'm pretty sure they're on there. Kinda. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that unless you're going for studio, recording studio quality, making music kind of shit.
I have one of those.
You know what I mean? Though, it doesn't get much better.
No.
You just need something to pick up sound.
Well, these days, you can actually just use we were rating people throughout the community with the viewers that we have, and we found one of them. I can't remember their name off the top of my head. We rated so many people.
It's someone new every week.
Yeah,
every
definitely.
episode.
But we found these guys that had laptops in front of them, a DM screen, and they were playing a game, and they were using their laptops to be their character sheets, and they actually had headsets.
Yeah.
They had mic sets on them, so that way everyone had the same quality. We were going to do that at one point. We were going to do lapel mics, little ones that hook up there, bought one to test out, and it was kind of just a hassle from the word go.
It was a little bit. And
especially since, like, you know, no phones really have, like,
actual aux ports anymore.
Yeah. Which I still don't fully understand why, but it is what it is. But when it comes to, like, doing this type of stuff, it is quite a journey. 2 seconds.
It is, but like the main takeaway again is just start. We record on phones. Like, it's not anything major. It's not anything super high tech. They're literally just old phones that we all had laying around. Like, bought a couple. Like, use what you got.
Yeah.
And if our shit looks as good as it does, anyone can do it.
Most of the time. The only reason it doesn't look any better, because we're recording at 1080, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just that we're limited to 720. Because we refuse to hit a button.
By Twitch.
Literally refuse to hit a button.
Yeah.
So, So, to start the journey, we were just playing a game. Home game. That we played for ages.
2.5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
good game.
And then I came up with the idea to just... I found this so funny and so exhilarating.
Didn't you want to stream from the start of that game? We just did... we were like,
do it
later?
Not at the very start. Took us... I think the session I decided I wanted us to stream was the end of the Balor coming to the town.
No, it's before that you mentioned it first.
I mentioned it, but that was the day it solidified it. That was the day that Arthur said that should have been streamed.
Yeah.
Because it was laughter, and intensity.
I think that was more that it was, like, that moment should have been streamed. Like, and that made you think, okay, let's start getting shit together. But, like, I'm pretty sure since the start of, like, the switch to 5e, when you're saying, look, I'd like to maybe stream this one day. Like, the talk just kept going and kept going.
And then, it was after that session I looked at you all and said 100%.
Yeah, that was the 100% read.
That was the conversation where I asked you 100%.
Yeah.
Like, are we going to do this?
Yeah.
Do I have you guys following me 100%?
Yeah.
And that's where I got everyone to do it. Everyone had a thought about it at first. Some people were just like, yes, straight away.
I just wanted to play more D&D. I didn't want to get kicked out of the group.
No, you weren't going to get kicked out.
Well, I was like, fuck, sure, I'll stream. I don't care as long as I get to keep playing D&D. I don't give a shit. Let's do whatever the fuck you want.
So, make sure that all your friends are going to do it and they're comfortable.
Don't ever stream people that don't know they're being streamed. That's bad.
That is bad. We always had funny jokes that I have the cameras on and stuff like that without them knowing, but I never did it because I knew it was
that being said, we were all already on board. So even if you did just set up hidden cameras around the room, we started playing like, hey guys, guess what? Look, and like put it in front of us.
No, I couldn't hide it because I remember the first session. I was quite nervous myself, and you would have seen it.
You know what I mean, though? Like, you 100% could have done it. Even if we just recorded, not streamed or anything, you 100% could have just set up cameras around and be like, hey guys, look what I made. And just like put the finished thing in front of us and be like, what do y'all think?
Yeah.
Do y'all want to start loading? And like, we probably would have looked at it and went, sure.
Well, everyone kept bugging me.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
The more suspense of us not playing, the more it was like, when are we going to do this?
That was the worst fucking part of it.
When are we going to do this? When are we going to go live? And I was like, look, man, I don't know.
We're not starting the next campaign until we're streaming.
Yeah, and it's like, do I have this? Do I have that? And I was just like, it was just running through my brain because we had a setup that was like soundproofed inside and all this stuff, and then I
There was
moved.
a lot of shit that we started off with, like, we need to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
It was a whole fucking checklist. And we did, like, 3 things on that checklist by the time we started. We're like, yeah, let's just start now.
Well, then I moved.
Yeah.
We moved, and then we got our own studio.
Like, even after that, like, you're like, yeah, no, we need to get sound down. We need to get picture down. We need to have, like, the new table made. We need to this and that and that. We're like, yeah, we did maybe 2 of those things.
Yeah.
And those 2 things, we didn't really do that well because our sound was not that great when we started.
No.
Kept cutting out, and we had problems. We had to keep checking
echo, and then RAM stick dying, and
But that's how you need to start.
which is weird.
If you go back and watch episode 1, or I was going to say go back and watch the old podcast shit, but that got lost.
No, because the podcast was perfect, except for some video
No, like
discrepancies.
the very
like
start
two.
of it though.
Oh, wait,
Like old podcast.
oh, you mean
that
like
shit.
where you were using the front camera of your phone instead
Yeah,
of
but
back?
like go back to that. If people were able to go back to that, and you go, oh fuck.
It's all a journey.
Yeah,
And the thing is you fall more and more into the content creating when you start doing it. Actually,
you do. And
become
once you
more
start looking at
comfortable.
analytics and you start actually trying to turn it into something bigger, it runs itself because you get into it and you want to fall deeper and deeper down into the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and we're not talking like we're famous or anything. Like we have 50, like less than 50 subscribers.
Yeah.
On YouTube. On Twitch, we have under 200
Yeah.
followers. But the thing is like we set goals and we're hitting goals. We're hitting them faster and faster. We're smashing.
But at that point as well, how many followers would we have if we hadn't started yet?
Like, fuck all.
It's more than we would have had. Like
We're doing the
if we didn't
podcast.
start, if we didn't do anything, we'd still be at 0 because nothing's out.
While we were doing this podcast, we actually just got ourselves to 25. And like, oh, first week we hit.
That's doing things.
Yeah, first week we hit enough to go affiliate.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay. We looked,
Hey, apparently D&D is really good content.
and then we went backwards, and we looked at. We went back and looked at like how many returning people went and watched that stream, and it was like over 100. I think it was like over 150, almost 200 people.
Yeah.
And then we had like over 10 average viewers and like constantly, and which is a lot because you think about this in a
For
vacuum.
people starting out, like 100%, 10 people watching your videos feels awesome.
It still
Hell,
does.
10 people watching our videos now, we're like, sick. There's like, those 2 people that watched it twice that are engaging, like, fuck yeah, this is mad.
It's still awesome today.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be.
Yeah.
And then we go to, we like fast forward and we keep moving forward with this type of stuff. And everything started to change over time.
Yeah.
And the reason that is because, again, as like you said before, that we were just going to go do it.
Yeah.
But beforehand, we were going to just get everything prepared, everything set up.
Yeah.
We had the equipment, kind of. We didn't have the right setup at the time.
We still apparently don't have the right setup. We've changed again.
It rotated, okay? I wanted more room in here, and there's 100% more room.
But it makes the point.
Yes. It's like...
I don't doubt that I'll come back in 3-4 weeks and it would have changed again.
Oh, no.
Because he changes it without anyone as well.
No, well, he's
He
coming...
just kind of does it and we walk in like, huh.
Well, no.
You got to know the last setup, did you?
Oh, no, you're coming back next week to a new podcast setup because the podcast
See?
studio will be done hopefully by next podcast.
See?
So...
I just assume this is where we do the podcast now.
No. But yeah, so doing stuff like this, as you pointed out, we're just doing it off phones.
Yeah.
Just doing it off phones, like whatever we could find. And just...
Like Kmart tripods,
Yeah.
like...
Kmart microphones, Kmart speakers.
Kmart's fantastic.
us-
It's really gotten so much better since I used to work there.
Our lighting is all from there. And it's not high tier quality stuff.
Yeah.
It's not high tier, like we spent
You couldn't run
hundreds of
Critical Role or Dimension 20 off this shit. but we're not Critical Role or Dimension 20.
No, we're
we
not.
don't want to be.
Well, no. We're our own thing starting out.
That's also like probably where you've got to start with this kind of shit. Like I've heard so many stories of people being like, oh, but these famous people do it this way. I was like, yeah, because they've got the production value to fucking do it. What do you mean, you idiot? I'm not them.
They either have a channel to follow them up or they have like sponsors to follow them up. We had that, by the way. We had sponsors. Just want to put that out there. But COVID happened. So, but that's just a thing. That's what we lost out on it, and it's all right. We lived with it. We moved on, and we kept going. You actually just never it never fazed me that much.
Yeah.
After the emails and stuff like that, going back and forth with them, it was a lot. But yeah, so when it came to doing this stuff, what was my DM screen at the time? It was just a normal one that you just get with the starter box.
Oh, was it the starter kit one?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't even know what it was before you made your first one.
No, it was a starter box. And then, literally, how
I was going to ask you that the other day.
Yeah, I just had it's sitting in that cupboard there. So I just had a starter box, DM screen. And the funny thing is that has way more information than my current one does.
Oh, yeah.
My current one has no
information. Because they've got to fill it with something.
Yeah.
But, that's good.
And I want to fill my stuff up, my DM screen up with stuff as well, but I just want to find an easier way to do it because I'm running multiple groups.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so my first DM screen doesn't look anything like that one. My first DM screen looked, we stained it with the same stain as the table that we originally were playing on.
Yeah. Which is the table that...
Sorry, we're going too fast. Let's go back another step. So, we used to play at our friend's house under a gazebo in the middle of the night.
Then, was that what we were using as the DM screen?
Yeah, it was the small one.
Okay.
But
Australia could not remember.
Yeah. So it was the small one.
I was racking my brain. What the fuck did we
would get we'd get attacked by mosquitoes, so we'd have mosquito coils everywhere.
Mosquito coils everywhere.
Yeah.
We had the fire pit going to keep us warm because we were playing in the middle of winter.
Yeah, we'd have a lot of tables set out and we were just playing.
Yeah. As groups do, you do what you can to play the game.
Yeah, and we literally played outside.
Yeah.
We literally played
every
outside.
day.
And then so we did that. And then I went forward with an idea, bypassed it with my mother, and we were going to build our own little studio at a Colorbond shed. So if people don't know what that is, it's your old tool shed that sits out the back with the small tiny things.
Meanwhile, this was a big one. The tool shed.
Yeah. So, and then we were let's make one. So we did. And we didn't just... So we all helped. So we built the floor for it outside. Then everyone came over and we built it. It took 2 days, but it got up. And it was quite big.
Put a window in it. There was a skylight. We never played during the day.
I regret the shit out of that skylight.
But we never played during the day as well.
Yeah. But
then it was 1 or 2 times when we were there in the day. We're that skylight does work.
And then we put insulation foam through it.
Yeah.
We put an air conditioner in there.
Which, by the way, is the black foam that you would have seen on previous episodes.
It's the black foam you see behind me.
Straight up the stuff we were using. Yeah.
And then we have so we did that. Then my mother designed shelves, and we built them to house everything, to actually encapsulate me.
Yeah.
And everything just be a turn or stand up and just turn around and grab it. It was awesome.
It was actually really sick.
We built a table, a personal table to go in there with bench seats, which were not the bottom of them is fine. It's just the back of them kind of got shit over time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the rest of the chair actually just looks pretty much the same as the we made it, which I'm kind of surprised about because the back got warm, but the front, where we're sitting on them didn't really.
No. But and then so we built this table and we put it...
By the way, that table and chairs will be the ones that you see in the gameplay video for when we release the Magic the Gathering gameplay episode.
We have been.
Have we uploaded that already?
Uploaded the first one.
Okay, cool. I thought that hadn't gone up yet.
No.
No, it's on that one. It's already on YouTube. Go to www.youtube.com/ReadySetRoll_Oz. Yeah, fucking got
There you go. And
oh man, it was literally just coming on the thing scrolling past. I could have waited 4 seconds.
So not only that, so we built that. We sanded it, painted it. And the funny thing is like we didn't. 3 of us were French polishers. 3 of us had done that for a living.
Not me.
And we were
still have no idea.
Okay, how are we going to make a table that's long enough and that, but it's not so heavy, it's movable? I literally just bought a door. Like, just a door that you put on the wall. Yeah. And I'm like, that's what I'm going to get.
Like, you can pull the door off the thing. Like, it's just sitting on top of hinges. Like, you just pull
like
it off
it's drilled into the hinges.
Yeah.
But, and then I wanted it to be, like, encapsulated so that way it had a lip, so that way
like
dice wouldn't roll out and stuff like that. And then I'm like, okay. And I literally built...
and then immediately went out and bought some dice trays.
But the whole point was everything stayed on the table. And
funny,
I literally built what I had in my brain.
Yeah.
And then my mother came up with this mad design of character sheet holders, which...
Oh, it was her idea, was it?
Yeah, that was hers.
Yeah,
and it's literally like something you slide on. It's like kind of like a thick clipboard that has a lip, and you could like rest your pencils and everything on there. And then
it just slotted straight into the table.
Yeah, just slotted straight on there. You can slide it off, slide it, do whatever you want. And then it also had a like a, what do you call it? A little whiteboard on there, so that way you could write your health total.
Oh, health totals.
Yep, and
then we just had little cup holders that also sat on the lip.
And I found them at the reject shop.
Yeah.
I found them at like a $2 store.
Yeah.
And they're meant for cars, but
They're meant for cars?
Yeah.
Really?
But I looked at them.
What the fuck kind of a car can you put that on?
I don't know. But Mum brought 2 of them home.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to test a theory.
Yeah.
If they would slot on there. And they slotted perfectly. And I was like, oh, we just have randomly cup holders that we can put down. So that's how we played. And we used that table as this battlefield. But even my end attached and detached. Like, it was its own thing. It had this extra level on there where I put my DM screen. I could place things. I can hide things. I just had this whole area for me.
It's essentially like a little shelf.
Yeah, and the thing is that was $200.
Yeah.
That whole table and chairs was $200. For you to go buy 3 chairs that aren't just your fold-out steel chairs is going to cost you $200.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And after we built it, we're like...
There's just something about building it yourself, too. I still look at that table and I'm like, fuck, I love it.
I still love it. That's why I'm not going to get rid of it. Like,
yeah. We just use it as a gaming table now.
Yeah.
Like, not D&D gaming. Like, we use it for Magic. We use it for board games.
And then we were playing on that to start with. And once we moved there, it became permanently a place to play. A place that was covered. It would get hot, so that's why I put the AC on. And then when it would get cold, it would warm up because of the body heat, because it was insulated. And
fuck, that thing got hot in summer though. Like, even with the AC going, you're just like, oh god.
Oh, it's because of the floorboards?
Can we take a break? I need to go outside.
Yeah.
We'd leave the aircon on in there so that we come back and be like, okay, that's better.
Yeah, but we've been in this in summer too.
Yeah, but it's actually not that bad.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's fantastic.
It's mad.
In here, in winter, it's mad in here. Yeah. Like, so then we started to finish our campaign by playing in there. And the only downside about it was cramped. But to be fair, I was living in a cramped place. I didn't have much of a backyard.
It wasn't even that cramped though.
No.
Considering that you're sitting down the whole time you're playing.
It was 100% cramped for certain people, but that's because weight.
That's different though. Like, for what we needed it for, and just having to sit here and play a game, you didn't need to move around.
Oh, 100%.
You brought all your shit, you put it on the table, and that's where you were until you went on break. And when you went on break, everyone went together.
Yeah, it literally did the job it needed to do.
There was just literally the only thing was that if someone had to go to the toilet in the middle of a game, everyone had to get up and let them out. That was literally it though.
You know,
we 100% do not need this much space to play D&D as we have right now. Like, we've shown that with that shed.
Like this?
Yeah, like this place, we do not need this much space.
No, we have it.
We have it, and we fucking use it, but like, we've shown ourselves with that shed that you do not need that much space.
Yeah, literally. And then after, I remember the day I got told about this place. Because I never saw it.
Oh, didn't you?
I never got to see this house. No, literally the day we moved in.
You were looking at the other ones.
Yeah, I saw every other house besides the
I remember that. You're like, I've got work today. Mum's going to look at another place.
Mum and Maddie. No, Mum saw this place.
Yeah.
Maddie went to look at this place.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So then she randomly walks into my room and says, "We got it. We got the house." And I'm like,
"Which one?"
Sure. What house? Names the address. And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know about this house." Then Maddie and Mum are smiling. Like, they know.
Because the place is a fucking studio. Like,
yeah, this is connected to my house, by the way. This is just...
I think, yes.
Another half of my house. Like, it's just disconnected from my house.
It's essentially a granny flat. Like, essentially.
It's bigger than a granny flat. It's bigger than my old house.
You know what I mean, though? Yeah. Like, it's essentially a granny flat. It's disconnected. It's, it might not be all, like, wired up properly, but there's, like, a little kitchenette. There's a bathroom. Like, it's essentially a granny flat.
So, I got told about the place and all that stuff, and they literally didn't tell me about this, like this area.
Yeah.
And then Mum was flicking through and skipped a plan, and I'm like, whoa, one second, that was massive. So anyway, the downside is, and the thing I don't think she understands is that she was like, yeah, that's it, and I'm like, I can Google this. I can literally just go on.
I saw that you missed a photo.
Yeah, I can literally go onto the property site and look at it. So anyway, we did. And then she just went back to the floor plans. And I'm just looking at it all and I'm like, I don't understand all this stuff. Because one of the houses we looked at actually had a retreat. Like another retreat that was carpeted and had air conditioning and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we're like, man, that could be like the D&E place. It had its own bathroom and everything. And I'm like, that would be sick. The house sucked. The actual house sucked. But that room was mad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. And then so she showed me the floor plans of this. And I remember after she showing me the floor plans, and she's like, yeah, so I've already spoken to Maddie, like this is your room, this is my room, this is gonna be my office, this is gonna be Maddie's girl's room. She hasn't done anything with.
She still hasn't done it?
No.
Amazing.
And then,
of course she hasn't.
And then she's talking about the pool and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, well, is that a granny flat, like separated? And then she's like, no, that's your new studio. And I'm like, and I just see 5 meters by 5 meters in the first room. And I'm like, you're joking. Right? And she's like, no, it's got a little bathroom. It has its own kitchen, so that way, like, we can put Maddie's fridge in there, and then you boys can have the fridge. Yeah. And then it's got this own other area where you can store all, like, your D&D crafting and stuff. And then it's got a workshop where you can film, like, your building videos and stuff like that, which I haven't still built because that takes money for that area.
Anyway. We also just need to find the right foam again.
Correct. But then I was like...
There's a difference between playing outside on, like, a lot of space on the tables and moving into a small cramped area, because you don't have to move in either of those situations, to building with something, changing your material, falling in love with your material, and then having it taken away.
Yeah, that sucked ass. I got to build with it for a year.
That's essentially me saying, oh, I'm going to go and build a magic deck, but I'm not allowed to use any of my favorite cards. Well, fuck you, I'm not doing it.
Or it's like you got to build a magic deck and then the commander gets banned.
Like, no, that's usually fine.
2 days beforehand.
That's actually just usually totally fine. I'm just like, fuck me. So I want my cards that I like.
So, yeah, so she showed me the floor plans and I was so excited. Like, you don't understand. Like, no one can understand on how excited I was. because it's just like...
I know. Because you sent me messages.
It wasn't just that. It was something that kept brewing in my brain was like, how am I going to like film all this? Realistically, we could 100% still done it because the way it all changed.
Everything just would have been mounted.
Yeah, like the mounts that we have over there, what we used to use for the podcast originally and play Magic and stuff while in quarantine, that would have just been mounted on the
they're on like they're on like clips and they've got a adjustable like arm.
Yeah.
So like it just would have gone on there.
Yeah, and then we just would have also had a wireless charger with it to make sure it lived throughout the time, and then this just solved everything.
Oh yeah. And made everything so much
easier.
Except
the door doesn't fucking close. But
yeah,
we went here. Moving day sucked because everyone but you and I just was lazy as fuck.
Oh right, we love them. We hate them.
So we moved here.
I'm so fucking glad I had that work van for that.
Yeah, same.
Jesus Christ.
But then,
like, I've moved all of my shit in, like, a day between houses before. But with all of the D&D shit, like, the table, like, fuck me, man. All the cabinets and shit, like, fuck putting that shit in my car.
So we came here. And that was like October, November. It was October, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because apparently you guys came over here with Halloween.
Yeah, maybe.
I think we had a Halloween barbecue.
So, I know we had a barbecue like shortly after.
So yeah, Halloween. So I think it was Halloween. I don't know. It was a year ago.
Bro, I don't remember what happened last week.
So we moved here a year ago.
I'm so glad for all the fucking recaps at the start of episodes. I'm like, I know I gambled with someone.
So we moved in here, and then it took me 5 months to just get started.
Was that 5 months?
October. So moved in here October, right?
Yeah.
So November, December, January, February, March.
Holy shit. I knew it wasn't immediate, but I thought it was like 2-3 months.
March, April.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't immediate, but I thought it was only like 2-3 months.
I started my new job in April.
Yeah. And that's when you were like, fuck it, this is the day.
It was the day. It was the day that I started my new job. It was the day that I said, here we go. New job, new life, new times.
Yeah. If we start now, then... like it just kind of has to happen. Yeah.
Do I regret it? Fuck yeah. Oh my god. I wish I had a week off.
I did tell you that.
Because I would have had more time to just fine tune this stuff. And also just relax.
But prep yourself for starting too.
Yeah. I didn't. I had a single day off.
Yeah. And it was like the day before. He's like, yeah, I start my job then tomorrow. So we're starting D&D tomorrow. I was like, fucking what?
Yeah.
I hope everyone can make it.
Oh yeah, that was pretty much it.
It was literally, I hope everyone can make it because we start tomorrow.
By the way, we start tomorrow. Everyone was keen. Everyone was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. You were just like, oh my god, that means we start this Friday.
Fucking oath I was keen. I've been waiting for this for fucking like a year now.
So, and then you slowly just watch the journey on the channel. We changed setup.
A billion times.
Yeah, we changed setup. We changed cameras.
Yep.
I had a shit camera to start off with because I always thought that the players deserved the better cameras. And then we changed the table over there to like be on an angle to get like the better lighting and try and fit them in the black. And then now it's to the point where fuck it, I just do not care about that back wall just yet. Like it's ruined me.
Yeah.
I need time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it takes time.
It still takes time.
I'm always changing, and we're always changing what we're doing.
And if you go through the channel, you'll see that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's like 3 videos in a row, like week videos. So every two videos, where the setup changes.
I didn't want to tell Jacob this. He was away for a wedding, and he was enjoying himself. He was having fun, but he didn't realize that we have been doing the podcast for a year.
Fuck,
on
alright.
Saturday.
Shit. Nice.
Yeah. We were doing...
I'm really bad with time. Time doesn't exist to me.
No, but
People tell me you're doing something tomorrow, I'm like, oh,
yeah. We've been doing this podcast for a year.
fuck yeah. Does that include
The old one.
the shit one?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So we started that on Saturday.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, a year ago. No, sorry, the Tuesday that just passed.
Yeah.
So, last week Tuesday, that's the date we started. A year ago.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So we've been doing this for a long time.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, that we've been doing this for a full year.
Yeah.
Because it's something that...
And also just thinking about how it evolved. How everything, like, we come into it, we've got like the full customer service voice going, we're like, right, we need to make this video, we need to make it look real good, we need to stay on topic, we need to cover this, and this in this episode. And now I sit here with people that don't know how to play the game, like, talk to me about D&D, person. I will sit here for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's essentially what's going on. And
I give off right now.
And then I'm not even on here really. I turn the mic on every now and then behind the screen.
He gets annoyed at me sitting there going, talk.
Yes.
You're the guest. You need to be part of this. I could sit here and do the podcast on my own and just talk about shit that's on my mind about D&D. But that's not what this is about.
No, it's not what it's about. So, yeah. Now, where should you stream?
Anywhere you can.
So...
As long as it's not in public and there's like some semblance of noise reduction.
This place sucks for that. It's because it's so wide.
No, I mean like of outside things. You don't want, your parents in the kitchen making dinner screaming. In the background of your video.
Literally after I'm just...
Like, who gives a fuck if you've got echo and shit? Get it started. You can work on the echo later by filling up the room.
Oh, we literally did.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
wherever the fuck you can stream, start there.
There's probably an echo in this.
Probably. The voice meter cuts it out a bit.
No, actually, it does. It makes it nicer.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something else I was thinking about doing as well. Is like putting a curtain around us. Because that helps it. So,
oh, you mean like all around?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I
was just thinking, holy shit, yeah, you just put a fucking curtain up. You don't have to worry about the backdrop at all.
Oh. It's still gonna be a fucking backdrop. I meant like from there.
Fuck it, green screen it.
Just gonna find the most practical way to do stuff. But yeah, when it comes to like streaming and stuff like that, we started bit by bit. I literally came home with something new to start the stream with every week.
Yeah.
I didn't go nuts and buy everything at once. I knew I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But a lot of the items that I bought at the start, I don't always use now.
No, we really don't.
I had different tripods.
Yeah.
I had different lighting.
Because we started with those smaller ones, hey? And then it's just the two big ones that we use.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting another one.
These are really good. I do like them.
But no, what I meant by where should I start streaming is a platform.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a platform. Now, fuck me, I don't know how many times I've said we're going to move to YouTube. But...
Are we doing it?
Yeah.
Do we have it set up to start already?
Oh yeah, like the channel is linked up to just stream. The downside is...
Yeah.
This is what's going on. So, Streamlabs, I have to pay for a subscription.
Yes.
To be able to multi-stream.
Yeah.
Okay? OBS, I don't.
Yeah.
Downside, for some reason, the cameras aren't loading up to OBS. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
And there's always something else in my way, like editing or something like that.
Yeah.
Which was like, we've been doing something else too, which we found that works really well by following the algorithm, looking at it, and seeing what works best.
Yeah.
That's another topic. That's part of this topic, but that's something that I'll bring up in a moment. Because it's something we've only just started to realize and started to move up with it, which is analytics matters.
Oh, yeah. It always does. You're playing a numbers game when you're streaming.
And as long as it works, that's what matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
pick your point. Pick your point where you upload. Pick your point where you start streaming. Even if you don't do this as a live stream, if you're just wanting to post gameplay videos, change your upload schedule until you find what works.
Literally. That's what we did.
Yeah. It's a bit harder to change it when you're live streaming because you have to have everyone together in the same place. And then you get like the whole D&D scheduling problems happening. If you have a scheduled time where you can all play it. Doesn't matter if it's fucking 2 a.m. Like, the stream itself is secondary. Getting the content is primary.
Well, yeah, you're not even wrong about that. So, let's just kind
of... I have a question from your newfound dad.
Oh, yeah?
How many memorable PC deaths can you think of?
Memorable? In our campaign?
I assume so.
So, what would that be? So, it's just...
I wasn't there for most of them, so...
No, you weren't.
So is this from a player? Is this me?
So, your newfound dad, is that from a player point or from a dungeon master point? What do you think?
Well, I've not killed anyone as a DM because I've DM'd like 1.5 sessions. So my most memorable player death is probably my own because I don't think I was there for any more of
all
them.
Games. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're the DM or not. Okay. Mine. I hate it because I'm the one who kills them. I think my most memorable player death was... it would have to be... Oh, God, it's difficult. We've had so many deaths.
Oh, apparently this also includes memorable NPC deaths for you.
Ah!
Like, if you're looking at it from the DM point of view?
Yeah.
Imish.
No. I liked Imish's death.
It was the look on Dylan's face.
Oh, yeah. Like
straight up, that's what made it so memorable, though.
Yeah. No, Steve's death.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dragon. Because...
The time we thought he died or the time he did die?
The time he did die.
Yeah, and I hated that.
Yeah, that was right in front of you. So what happened was that there was a prophecy about this copper dragon dying, and they made friends with it because copper dragons are good, and this one was especially, and it was trying to defend the town, and what happened was that one of the players literally got controlled.
Like dominate person.
Yeah, dominate person, and told to kill the dragon. And he was a gunslinger. He was a goblin gunslinger. And he just started fighting. And you were occupied with the paladin.
See, no, that's not the worst part. The worst part of it was... So he was a gunslinger, but he wasn't fighting with his guns at this point. He had a homebrew sword. And the big thing was that this character had 8 intelligence. He played that character perfectly. Like, being 8 intelligence, like, he just did dumb shit all the time. And I think what happened was he was like, no, I'm being controlled. I need to do everything in my power. And so he, as a player, for a split second, downplayed the dumb. I am a dumb character aspect. And he used the actual keyword for activating this magic item. Whereas every other time he tried to use it, he'd said a weird, like, sort of similar... weird word. And he'd go, yeah, cool, roll your normal damage and nothing else. And at this point, he fucking said it. Like, but you also saw the look in his face. And he's like, no, I have to do this.
Yeah.
And he said it, we're like, you son of a bitch, you've never said that word probably in your life. and you want to do it now.
Yeah, 100%.
And it fucking killed him.
If he turned around and said it the normal way he said it, I would have accepted that.
I know. That was the worst fucking part.
But when it comes to the fact of, let's say, by the way, I have to say, Rob is the best person, if you're ever going to use that type of spell, he's the only person I know who had followed it without fighting me on it.
Yeah.
Like Arthur did, how he's like, oh, I'm going to do this around. And it's like, no.
I guess I'll do this to circumvent
Yeah, and it's like, no.
Like,
you've just got to do it.
Yeah.
Just be straight up with it, because I don't want to take control of your character for you.
Yeah.
You do it.
You fight, at that point where you're like, okay,
Yeah.
kill your friends. You would then, at that point, just need to shift your focus and go, cool, I need to fight this person like I was fighting against you.
But
plain and simple. You got to do it.
But an oopsie one is where one player character managed to get 4 player characters killed. And by the way, so if you don't know, I run games split. So I have multiple groups in the same world, but playing on different days.
Yeah.
And there was like a group team up that was coming up, and it was because of her.
Yeah.
She is the core reason of why it all happened, because she just couldn't be patient.
Yes.
She split the party.
And by she split the party, she's like, I'm going to go and do it.
Yeah, I'm just going to go and do it.
Like, I don't care if I'm going off on my own in this uncharted, unexplored place that's mostly abandoned by civilization. Like, there could be anything out here. There could be monsters.
You guys just fought up in there.
And she just fucked off in there.
And 2 of the players, you being one of them, said, well, I can't let her go alone.
I can't let you go alone because you're going to die.
And then Alex went too. Unfortunately, Alex just, for some reason, fell asleep at a tree.
He, decided to. I don't know why.
And just have a nap.
Yeah.
And then, lol, I don't know. I'm just getting back to Twitch since the summer of 2021. Oof. Well, do you play Dungeons and Dragons? Do you have any interesting play deaths that you want to talk about? Because we'll read them. Because
it's a very specific question, and I want to know where that came from.
Yeah, you probably have a similar story, like your own version of a story.
Yeah, especially with them oopsie deaths suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you got a story, I know you do.
Yeah, oopsie deaths do suck.
They do, very much so.
Your character, you actually just died recently.
But it wasn't an oopsie death. I went into that knowing that
For Dylan, it was an oopsie death.
For Dylan, it was an oopsie death. But I went into that situation knowing that there was probably a 30% chance that I just die.
Yeah, well, the thing
the character I was playing, the health that I had as that character, the kind of checks that I could make, I knew that there was a 30-40% chance that I just died.
Well, the stupid thing is that he was careful through all of that dungeon.
Except the last one.
Except for...
And I'm partially to blame for that. I'll maintain that the image that I had in my head at the start of that point of it was slightly different. But that being said, I didn't ask any questions.
No.
So it was 100% partially my fault. It was partially his fault, partially my fault. Not yours, because you can only describe so much. If we don't ask further questions, there's no point in you going on a 30-minute, Tolkien-esque description of the room. Like, there's that one crack over there and it's shaped like this. Like, without you doing that, there's no way that we're gonna 100% know everything that's going on all the time. And we checked for traps in every room.
Yeah.
We tested things before we touched anything. There was even a trap in one of the rooms where I made a really good Arcana check to know what was going on and touched it anyway to try and give a minuscule effect, and it dealt more damage than I expected it to.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, that's bad.
That's even worse than I thought.
Yeah. And then you stopped.
Yeah. But we just did nothing in that room. Just did nothing at all.
You walk in, I explain the room, and he's like, there it is, and he's like,
we're just gonna go.
He goes, I'm gonna run and grab it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
please don't. Without saying it, of course, but...
And then he ran into a gelatinous cube.
Yep.
And unfortunately, this was a dexterity paladin. So he was kind of just stuck.
Not currently playing any games. Most memorable triple nat 20 situation. I was DMPC, lost a crazy epic character from shit, boy. That's... That's harsh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's harsh. Look, it's part of the game, though. If I die from a nat 20, I die from a nat 20. Like,
the dice fall.
That's what it is.
The dice fall and you can't do anything about it. You...
From the sounds of it, though, you stuck to your guns and you let the dice be as they were.
Yes.
And that's literally the best thing you can do in this scenario.
And by the way, you doing that is also like a testament to you being a good DM.
Yes.
Because they're the hardest points. The point where you go,
I don't want this to happen.
By the first one, you're like, yeah, take that natural 20. The second one, you're like, oh, this is getting a bit... And then when you roll the third one, that's where it tests your mettle.
Yeah.
Where you go, okay, am I really going to kill this player right now?
Yeah.
And you're like, this is the game. It is random. Let's do it.
Use the ghost of that character later on in that game. Make rolls in front of players. Yeah, that's fair.
You do.
Blake will very often... Or like...
I haven't done it this
He used to
campaign.
more so when we weren't streaming. He was literally sitting this far from us.
Yeah.
But something big had happened. And he just kind of throw the die over the table. It was like, can someone read that for me?
Yeah, literally.
He just wanted to stand up and just go. Because the table had all of the
the matting,
the matting, and it
was
had
also
the
boxed
lips,
in.
so it couldn't just roll off the table.
Yeah. But it was I did that because it was like, okay, this is a big moment.
Yeah.
So I'm not like that's also how I gained a lot of your trust as well.
At the moment now, what he does is he'll roll, and when something happens, because you always just see it in his face, he just goes, "Someone just come over here."
Yeah, it's literally
He like puts his hands above board. And he just goes, "Bang."
Yeah.
Someone come check this for me.
It's like when I rolled a natural 20 for you to live.
Yeah. Because we 100% would have TPK'd at the start there. 100% would have.
Yeah, I literally rolled a natural 20, and I was like, Jake.
It was for your character. Get up, please.
I just came in and saw take us off topic, and I thought I'd just roll with it. Yeah,
that's what we want.
That's what we
100% all we want.
Yeah.
If we stay on the same topic for the whole episode, we have failed.
Yeah, and we do. This is a podcast where we talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and you take us off topic, meaning that this is actually us interacting with you. Because we go to a lot of things, and people go, "That's nice." And then keep just talking, and we prefer you guys to take us off topic because we repeat a lot of the stuff.
So I think we're used to repeating stuff because we didn't used to have this thing in the bottom corner here, but down this way. I realize that it's mirrored.
Yes.
We didn't have that originally. That's sort of new. What, like 3 weeks of game episodes or something?
What are you talking about? The new
Since
layout?
we've had this chat box here.
Yeah, it's new.
It's not long at all. I think it's probably only been 3 episodes of the podcast.
Yeah.
So we read them out so that people watching knew what we were responding to.
Your newfound dad. Is there any particular thing that you want to talk about to do with Dungeons and Dragons, or any opinions that you have of anything? Most people have recently just been about one D&D, but it could be about anything. Like, it could be like, are you an asshole for doing XYZ? Or
the answer is always yes, and you should live it up.
But yeah, it's that's what
someone calls you an asshole, you're doing right.
But that's what we're talking about. Is so if you have something, every player
ever play one shot crazy house brews, like every roll check is either nat 1 or nat 20. Oh fuck it. I'm just like flip a coin or some shit.
No, odds or evens.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, haven't.
That sounds pretty cool though.
The thing I've done, which is the craziest thing I've done, is played a 24-hour game of D&D twice. By the way, I ran one and I played one. Back when I played it though, we were. This is when I was playing 3.5. I was playing it with Mark, and he brought it up. And like Smokey, Alex, Rob, Manning, and all that stuff, we're like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. I think the first one, I got 18 hours in.
I went, fuck it, I need to go to bed.
And then this is when we had like small interval breaks every 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I think we got to the 18th hour. And I was like, I feel sick. Because you think about it, you're doing a 24-hour game and you're thinking so much.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go, I'm going to lie down. Wake me up when the break's over.
Just pass the fuck out.
Nah, they got KFC and everything. And I'm like, you fucking asshole. What the hell? Was my last long haul well played.
3.5 was.
Yeah, I love 3.5.
I played like all of like 5 sessions of 3.5 and I love 3.5.
So the way I like to describe 5th edition is that 5th edition is for very new people, and it's very
easy mode.
It is 100% easy mode, and it's where roleplay can be more explored because everything is just simplified. But 3.5 is the customized area. It's where you're just playing whatever you want, however you want. It's you're playing, so it's different. 5th edition is you playing story mode on The Sims, and then creative mode on and then creative mode on The Sims is 3.5.
One thing I've noticed though is I feel like I role played more naturally playing 3.5 because there's hard rules for bonuses to give for like certain different types of creativity.
Oh, you mean like bluff, arcana check, but what arcana are you good at?
Yeah. But like not even that, like even in combat, like still to this day, my most memorable combat that I've done was the fight against the Gold Dragon.
Oh yeah, you're
Gold Dragon, was it?
As a DM, I only played with ghosts or PCs. 3.5 is easiest. It is, but that's only if your players grow on 3.5.
Yeah.
Or they already are very well adept in D&D in general.
Yeah. A bunch of the players that we had, the moment we moved out of 3.5, picked right up.
Yeah. 5th edition.
There were a couple of us that in 3.5, like, I'd like to think I sort of understood it from pretty early on, but a lot of us just had no idea what was going on. It was a matter of, hey, do this, and we go, yeah.
You had,
and you look into the
you had a few players that kind of did. I think Jordan was the person, and then Kat was the person as well who just had no idea.
Mostly just had no idea what was going on.
Arthur did because he played a shit ton of 3.5 with me. So did Rob, and
but I feel like even Rob was like stumbling on like certain things.
It's because he went from this complicated game to something so simple, and it's like it can't be this.
He's like,
easy.
no, but it's this and that and that and this, isn't it? It's like, no, just roll that fucking check. Bro.
Are you familiar with
I have no idea what Gesalt is.
Gesalt. Thank you.
I assume that's how you pronounce it.
No, I actually am not. That's actually one term I've never heard on 3.5. What is it?
One term I've never heard.
Tell us.
Yeah, I don't doubt that it was the fact that he was used to more advanced gameplay. But like, there was some points where he's just like, no, but you got to do this and this and that and that. Yeah. Bro, just roll a tumble check.
Yeah. Well, tumble check was in 3.5.
That's what I mean, though. But it was like, that's all I need you to do right now. I don't need you to roll me anything else. There's no other checks to make here. Just do the damn check. He's like, oh, okay. And then you do it.
Oh, pick 2 classes, level at same progression. Yeah, was that with an XP penalty or without an XP penalty? Because that would suck so much.
Like, is this a style of gameplay where you play?
No, it's an alternative. It's an alternative rule to multiclassing.
Yeah.
So it's. I'm pretty sure the way it worked is when you were level 1, you're level 1 in both.
Yeah.
When you're level 2, you're level 2 in both.
Yeah. So it's like it's like a forced multi-class.
Yeah. So it's not where you're playing. I'm level 1 in this, and then hit second level, but I'm level 1 in this and this.
This and this be level 2 character.
Yeah.
So it's high HP at each level gained.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
sounds kind of cool.
It's It is, but it can get very powerful very quickly.
Oh, of course.
With the skill points, was it the one that gave you the most? No, skill points were no. Yeah, was it the class that gave you the most skill points? Was the skill points that you used? Yeah, it's your class had a
because the
bigger
rogue was just
modifier.
fucking cracked.
Rogue and bard. Yeah, with skill points, I'm pretty sure it just would have been because there's no way you add them both together. That's insane. Every skill would just be maxed until you leveled up. And
Every skill that you had would just be old mate that was able to long jump three football fields.
Yeah. Numbers in 3.
Who did that?
Smokey.
It was Smokey. Okay.
Numbers in 3.5 just get insane. They just get so high so fast.
But that's what I like about 3.5. It's the numbers. It's the math.
Everyone an opportunity to learn.
Yeah, there's a secondary class, like a group of partners that are sold in the second class. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that sounds mad. I'd love to give that a shot, even if it's in 3.5. Sorry, if it's in like 5th. And just let it get overpowered. I don't give a shit. Like,
you're just like, I'm going in fighter plus anything else.
I am. But I also have other class combos that I do like the sound of, and I don't want to play through a game and try and multiclass them.
Yeah. Yeah, 3.5 the numbers get so big in that. You can roll it.
I think that's what I like.
Roll it to, I got 33 to hit because I'm holding a plus 10 weapon.
Yeah. Like it's the math. I love math.
Yeah, but...
Fighter monk. No, it's not fighter monk. It's fighter anything because in 5th ed, fighters just get action surge just straight away. And as a fighter, you just get heavy armor proficiency straight away.
What is it?
You just don't care.
The Eldritch Nuke being a level 3 character.
Level 3? I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah. So it's literally just you cast a spell, being a warlock, and then you use your...
You just mean like level 2 warlock, level 1 fighter, so you've got...
you roll over like...
Agonizing blast, and you just like Eldritch Blast...
No, you end up rolling like 9 dice.
Holy shit, level 3?
Yeah.
It has to be rogue in there somewhere.
No.
It has to be.
Literally, they use action surge.
Yeah.
So
it's the best ability in the game.
Yeah, and you take the feat that gives you sorcerer points. Mm-hmm. So you use quicken the spell. Mm-hmm. And then you use your something that allows you to cast Eldritch Blast as a... No, you use quicken spell to cast something as bonus action.
Yeah, so you Eldritch Blast 1 beam, bonus action Eldritch Blast 1 beam.
No. Your main action is use a spell.
Yeah.
And then... your bonus action, quicken spell, use a spell.
Yeah.
And then you use Eldritch Blast. Then you go action surge.
You do it all again.
Do it all again.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
No.
But it's like a one-trick pony type thing.
It is. And it's also an all-in at the like the first round of combat.
Yeah. But I feel like
they're fun.
But I also feel like you could take that class and continue forward with it.
Yeah.
Just because it's 2 good classes together.
Highest level my character's got was my 2-year evil campaign, level 17, effectively around 29-32 when it ended. Holy shit.
You got to level 17 in 2 years. I envy you. I got to level 18 in 5 years.
Yeah.
That was a long ass campaign.
Look, to be fair, that's still not the slowest progression I've heard of.
I don't want to hear what fucking...
It's all stuff that I've watched videos for online. I can't remember the channel. I'll look it up. I'll find it by the end of the stream.
Yeah.
But it's not How to Be a Great GM. It's the other one. Dungeon Craft?
I don't know.
Dungeon Craft. And he's been playing a single campaign for like the last 15, 20 years, whatever it is.
Oh, no, yeah, the old dude?
Yeah.
And he got
players
covered on the news?
past level 5. Because he just does super slow progression. So that you stay in those golden years of the campaign where
oh, yeah.
everything's like combats don't go for forever.
Oh,
And
like golden
everything's like super
golden
intense.
levels of D&D, in my honest opinion, is once you pass level 13, the game just gets different.
It slows down.
I had a half a thought. So, if you don't, you wouldn't know. Yeah, so we're playing 8 to 14 hour sessions, sometimes twice a week. Stoners being stoners.
Bro, I need to get myself some stoner friends. Apparently, I want to play 8 to 14 hour sessions.
No. We used to play 7 days a week.
We did. It was awesome.
I'd finish work and just run the sessions. It
was
sucked.
awesome.
But no, right now, I went from running 3 groups in the same week in the same world to running 2 groups in the same week in the same world on different days. And then also doing a podcast and doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't know, we stream on Wednesdays and Fridays, 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you don't know, right now it's 9:47.
We go live at 9 for those.
Yeah, we do. So 50 minutes ago, we would have gone live on Wednesday.
Oh, sorry. No, we go live at 8:30. We start play at 9.
Yeah.
That's the one.
And so, yeah, if you want, chuck a follow and give us a watch.
Tell us we're doing badly. I read comments.
You do. But you shouldn't. Not during gameplay anyway.
Yeah, fuck it though.
Anyway.
I just have my thing set over here so it's not super visible.
Fully believe in tiers. It's changes at 5, 9, 13, 17. Yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah, well, think about that last fucking fight that we had and how long that went.
It's Monday, 8:50 a.m. here. Holy crap.
It is Monday, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It is currently 9:45 at night on Monday.
Hey. So, I'm sorry.
Hey, you did this to yourself.
Also, what are you doing awake near 6
We
a.m.?
love that you've joined.
Yes, near 6 a.m.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Night shift workers.
Oh, probably. I remember that dude.
Man.
I haven't heard from him. He's
I just remember doing night shift.
it was the guy that rides
Living in the
his bike
future.
to like two hours away for his D&D games. It was done.
Oh, yeah, I remember him coming in. Holy shit, that was dedication.
Yeah.
That was fucking dedication.
Yeah, no, we are living in the future. It's just what it is. We're from Australia. I don't know where you're from. You don't have to tell me. Obviously, it's privacy. But yeah, we're from Australia, so that's why it's kind of late for us. And yeah, it's kind of weird when you think about like
Time differences.
The fact is we'll hit Tuesday by like
Before
your morning when you like fully get up. So you're a night shift worker. That sucks, my dude. I used to be that. Not
See,
super late.
I loved night shift.
I did too. And then I stopped working night shift. And I started working a proper 9 to 5 job and started doing this. And I couldn't imagine doing this on night shift.
But like, the thing is, when I was doing night shift, if I did come over and play those like day games that we would do at the start, I still felt better than coming and playing and then going to work tomorrow morning.
Well,
I don't know what it is.
Well, we can't just do this weekends because I don't always have the weekends off.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
That's my point. Like, I love night shift. Even with playing like early morning, night shifts are the best. I'm very much a night owl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Very much so.
But yeah, what was it? I had something on my brain.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
I go off on tangents.
It is literally off topic.
Yeah.
So,
Something also about night shift?
No.
Something about 3.5?
no, I wanted to move away from that now.
We're going back to 5th ed?
Unless he brings up something about it. Oh no!
Let's talk about
no, that was something. I was considering ending the new campaign around level 10 and 12.
Wait?
Yeah.
When was that considered?
I've had it on my brain for a long time. I just haven't really spoke about it.
Oh, okay. Because I know that there's a character due to be.
If you ever need to speak to someone, please talk out. Don't bottle it up. Talk to somebody. Thank you. Yeah, so I didn't tell you. I didn't feel like speaking to anyone.
Yeah.
You don't do what I do. Anyway.
Don't do what he does.
I love it. I worked 13 years on day shift, easy.
Easy to plan out times with family and friends working night shift. See, I feel the same because I'm able to just get up, do a night shift, and then go out with people afterwards. I always feel better doing that and then waking up before a night shift.
I don't disagree with you because I used to work night shift and I always saw like my friends and stuff like that. But I still reckon I would still be fine with this. But the difference is though, doing like this whole live stream D&D stuff takes up so much of my time that I have to like book dates with people.
Yeah.
Like you have to book time with me for us to do anything.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
What do you mean everything's around 12th level here? I'm pretty sure everyone we've streamed has been like 5th level or below, right?
Huh?
Hasn't every game we've streamed been like 5th level or below? That they've
Currently?
been playing?
What? Right now?
On Twitch. No, I noticed that most games on here end around. I thought you said are around 12th level. I was like, holy shit!
I was like, you guys are level 3.
Yeah, I was like, shit, bro.
So we ran a 2-year campaign, and they got to level 18.
Yes.
I'm more than willing to do it, but I realized that because it always plays in my head. This is like the one regret that just murders me is that. I always do my games in 3 acts. Act 1 is the thing that unifies you, that solidifies you guys as a team.
Yeah.
And shows that you guys work well together or can make or break people. The story progresses. Then we do the whole... the bad guy is starting to arrive. It's starting to happen and show itself. And then the 3rd act, which is around 15th to 18th level, which is the end bad guy, the end thing to finish off your campaign. Yeah. I really wish that the end of the 1st act was the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fair.
It was just solid storytelling
With the first campaign.
Yeah.
That was with
Varicus.
Varicus at the start. Hey.
Yeah.
Look, I also would have been totally fine ending that
because
campaign,
what would have happened.
I loved playing at the high levels, and it was really fun. It was slow, but it was really fun. I did enjoy it. I don't care if I never get to that high level again.
Because one thing is like everyone got together and you all got to fight him at the very end.
Yeah.
And people people died.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and it just would have been fantastic. After 13, the games get bogged down.
Yeah.
Each character has a likelihood of lasting up to 20-minute turns. Yes. But there is a way that I kind of want to circumvent that, and it's something that I drill into my players' brains, is to think of what you're doing during the turns.
Yeah.
And then when it's your turn...
I don't think we've ever had a 20-minute turn, unless there's like a rules thing that's come up that's been like one of those rulings that will make or break the fight. And we're like, okay, no, we do need to check that here.
Well, actually, if you think about it, our combats go for less than an hour currently.
Currently, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not just because of... No, but not only that too. I think it's because we're like live streamed.
Yeah.
I think we're just kind of on the fact of like, don't mess around, like, let's get into it.
Yeah. But even when we weren't streaming, like, I don't think the turns ever went that long. We had some like 10-minute turns.
Oh, actually, no, we did have one game, like one combat where turns went that long.
Do we?
That's the last one.
Did we actually?
That fight,
I thought that was...
No, that fight went for...
Turn cycles went for that long.
Oh,
that's because there was like...
If you want to know...
15 players in that room.
I think, as far as I know, we've actually just had the longest combat I've ever heard of so far.
Yeah.
You could possibly have one that went longer, but ours went for almost 9 hours.
One combat.
And it wasn't, we start here, then we move down. It's not like a raid where you move down and down. No, this was one bad guy. And it was 3 bad guys.
3 bad guys.
All in the one fight.
But, like, the way that it all played out and the way that the terrain was set up, it really allowed for
freedom of movement.
Yeah, a lot of freedom in the fight, and a lot of people just took the opportunity.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a really lucky thing.
Bro, could you imagine if all 18 of you ended up in that end fight?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. So the turn cycles were taking ages, but it's just because there was like 15 players in that room.
9.
Really? Okay. There was 9 players in the room.
One player wasn't present, so it would have been 10.
Yeah.
But it was 9.
But the turns individually weren't going for that long.
Huh.
So, but like I do think that's the fact that if we take too long trying to decide what we're doing for a turn, we'll skip our turn.
Yeah.
And I like that, and I think that's 100% the correct thing to do. If you, as a character, are sitting there going, shit, what's my option? Then, no, never. Not as far as I know.
The funny thing is, our games don't go like that.
Yeah.
Our players have, from the word go, we've kind of just been very, like, story-driven.
Yeah.
And we always realize, like, we move forward, we have fun.
If that shit ever comes up, it's usually very fade to black.
Yeah, and it's not just that too. It's like you guys are very lucky because your group does focus.
Yeah,
it does move forward with the story and stuff like that. You do have your mess around times. Your group, you weren't there this week because you went to a wedding, but your group got high, and the barbarian had to play mother.
Yeah, we had multiple sessions with mine and Dylan's last characters where we were just playing parents to the other two. Like,
yeah, I couldn't ask for better players. Like, it's just fantastic. I don't have to be that DM that always questions, why do you want to fuck the dragon?
Yeah.
You know?
Well. There was one character.
Yeah, but she never, like,
it wasn't
it.
That. It was, this is this is my goal. I want to fuck the dragon, and it just kind of never got to it throughout the whole thing.
Even with using drugs in games, always interesting. They didn't use. No, they walked into secondhand smoke. Yeah, and they rolled Constitution saving throws, and my god. But the thing was, it's like this is the first time that's kind of second time actually. The first time was the first campaign ages ago, but
which I also wasn't there for.
But this is like, you know, it doesn't happen all the time.
No, just when I'm not here, but I'm always here.
I throw it out. I just randomly throw it out there.
Yeah.
Because the games like I run, I hardly prepare.
Yeah. If she comes up like that, it comes up. Go for it.
The only time I do prepare is like for when we do like a dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
Because I will make a map.
Yeah. However, no, we have never role played an orgy in the group.
No.
Not happening.
A pursuit that transforms.
But like that means you got to play that out. You could fade to black and go on to the next like big thing of roleplay where it's not just one person.
Yeah, I think everyone sexualizes D&D too much, to be honest.
I think they do.
Yeah.
I don't know where it comes from.
No, it's neither, because this is like an epic roleplay game where you have fun and funny shit happens.
I am also 100% down for that kind of roleplay, but like not when I'm just sitting around with my mates. I want to do that with very specific people.
What the fuck? But what is it? So when it comes to like that type of stuff, we had one player who did that type of stuff, but he only did it twice.
Yeah.
And both times successful, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very like on track, but also have the fun. And you know, nothing over welcomes its stay, and nothing ever seems forced. It's never you guys attempting to do something. It's always I've thrown it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark humor, forget that quick. Yeah, that's true. We had one character scuttle another character.
By the way, we have dark humor. We have very dark humor.
We do.
Yeah. But the thing is that it's just I don't know. It's like
it just doesn't come out a lot in D&D.
I don't think I present it. Like that's the thing. You guys are very good at not throwing off and going, yeah, no matter what you say, Blake, I'm going to be doing this. And it's like,
yeah.
I think it's just because I've always been so lenient with you guys, letting you.
We know we can probably do anything in these games, it's then a matter of, do we really want to do those things in these games, or are we just doing it to try and get a rise out of the DM?
Yeah. It's like, you guys are very, like, respectable.
Yeah. Oh, bro, we'll talk about anything on here.
Oh, yeah. When I think we were speaking earlier into the thing, because we're talking about like how to get started on running your own stuff. We're not big or anything, but I think it's always good to show progression when because again we started doing this and we've grown and grown and grown, and we've only been doing this for a few months.
And I had to yell at Blake for like a year because I wanted to start playing again. So if more people take the advice of just start, then more people don't have to go through what I went through.
But yeah, we were just handing out the tips of how to just start this.
Yeah.
Because we have just moved past the point of starting now. We're getting into a rhythm.
And now we're into dark humor.
Yeah.
That's the podcast for you.
We've always been in it. When we started this podcast, we started the podcast a year ago, but we started like everything was
very on topic.
Yeah, and literally everything else a year ago was everything else 4 or 5 months ago just started.
Yeah.
So the only thing on this channel was a podcast that was done randomly on Tuesday or Saturday.
But it was
now
also
it's
a thing where like we would meet up an hour before the podcast and discuss what we were going to be talking about on the podcast.
Yep.
It wasn't a show where we would record it, have the content that we want in it, trim it down, and post it. We tried to make that kind of video happen all in one take, all live. We're in a Christian youth group game, players 16, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool, to be honest. Having a younger group of audience that will play D&D, because you get just see how wild their imagination is.
Yeah.
And how like creative they can be.
Bro, I used to work in disability care, and hearing the stories that people would come to me about like their games that they would play, that was also just sick. Just like, oh yeah, you know, the character went and like did a triple backflip off of the boat to land in front of the bad guy and blah blah blah. I'm like, sick dude, you did it. Like, I love hearing people get excited about their games.
It was like
couldn't really care who's telling the story.
It was like when your auntie was cool and was gonna let me run D&D.
Yeah.
And then that just disappeared. I full went and got my tickets and everything for it too.
Yeah, I know you did. Started streaming church, shut it. When I started streaming church, shut it down. Last group lasted for 15.
Wait, why did the church shut it down?
Did they shut it down because you were streaming,
or because you didn't have permission of the parents?
Yeah, I don't know. It might have even just been that the church itself didn't want
maybe the church
content going out. Like this is a church event kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not
which
too
I
sure.
could understand
Because
I've been in youth groups before and nothing was recorded. Even when it was like, you know, out at the park, there was like photos taken, but there was never any video.
Hopefully,
I don't know if it's
hopefully it's just not another case of it's D&D.
Yeah, it's not the 70s anymore.
Yeah, no, it's not. Cultists and all this stuff.
By the way, that's totally true. What?
Yes, because you were alive in the 70s.
That's right. No. I meant like D&D is Satanism. You know, the game that I play to bring a banjo and learn how to get better at the banjo week by week by playing D&D. Yeah, that game made me a Satanist.
That's what they used to say.
That's literally how they thought about it.
Yeah, it was in newspapers and everything.
Like, I remember the first time hearing about it, I was like, yeah, okay, you're blowing that out of proportion. And then I started doing research on it, and like, straight up, that's how it was. There was newspaper articles and shit. Streaming
D&D has a bad rap.
Game in church. Wow, okay. That's actually kind of surprising.
I do not know why it has a bad rep. It is nothing but imagination.
Yeah.
None of it's real.
Hey man, imagination's dangerous.
Yeah, apparently. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Like,
yeah.
Did they stop it? Like,
was it a good game? Because you said that you were disappointed at it, so that sucks.
So you said the church shut it down. Like, Did they just ask politely, or did they just tell you you're not allowed to do
That's
this?
enough.
Yeah. And for what reason would they do that? I find that so just wrong.
Well, I guess that's where it comes up with create a connection between the game and the church. Even with how I had it set up, I just made Parents Approach Ministry when I started streaming. Yeah, right.
polite.
Politely.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'd hate it for it not to be polite.
Yeah.
But like
That sucks.
for 17 and 16-year-olds, like, come on.
Yeah.
They're at the point where they're just at schools they do worse.
Oh, 100%.
And, you know, like, even at home they do worse.
And also,
stuff.
like, a year or two game as well.
Yeah,
That got stopped because of it. Like, yeah, that sucks.
I fought a magical dragon just like I saw in that movie.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude. I'm so sorry to hear about that.
Oh, that's totally fine. Hey, if you want, you can jump into our Discord and you can just talk to us.
We do have a Discord. I forgot about that type of stuff.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if
I just like chilling it.
because so if you ever listen to the radio, it's kind of like that. So where you'll play through a speaker and you'll actually hear us on the other end, and we'll talk to you about all this stuff. So that way you can actually talk back.
So far, no one that's just kind of joined in has taken us up on the
it is
offer, so
scary.
feel free to be the first person.
It is scary. We haven't been doing it for long.
No, we haven't.
We do have other players.
We just bully our
guests
friends
jump
into
in.
jumping on.
Alright, ended on a good note though.
Name on Discord is the same as Twitch name. Yeah. It's just Discord, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a Discord. Yeah. I love that D&D players are all Satanists. Must be true. I saw it on TV once on that TV show. Strangers. That's what it's called.
Stranger Things.
No, Strangers. You can't say the real name of the show. It sounds like you know what you're talking about. That last season was sick though.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah, I did. I forgot I hadn't told you that yet.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm still convinced that the figure that you see at the very start isn't the Demogorgon.
Spoilers.
That's spoilers for season 1. If you haven't seen season 1, that's your own fault. Oh,
That was me.
no, but he's joined. I assumed the Discord. Like, I know that was you logging into stuff.
So,
Anyway, you can catch us Mondays at 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time for the podcast that you're watching right now. You can also catch us on Wednesdays and Fridays at 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, where we play D&D. 2 different groups. I play Friday, not Wednesday. Jump in. I figured we were at the point. It made a lot of noises, so I thought stuff was happening.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm going to we're on if you want to join in.
Yeah. We also have it's IE for Stacy. Rob from the Wednesday group streams gameplay of all different types and such. What time? It's 8:30 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We go is when we go live. We start the stream for gameplay at the very least at 9 o'clock. Australian Eastern Standard Time, obviously. Rob from the Wednesday group has a stream. His Twitch has been linked just then. And we also have, I cannot remember the new name, Aries is Dylan's stream, Chosen Dolan. He also does gameplay streams. I can't remember either of their days. If you want to see them, join their channels and hit the little notification thing that lets you know when they go live, because I can't remember. I'm not shilling your shit. Yeah, we're off topic, Jaws 92. You gonna take us off topic? I was waiting for Blake to get back. He was setting up the Discord.
I am back.
Yeah.
Well, if you have if you want to jump in on the Discord, your newfound daddy.
Newfound daddy.
You're more than welcome to. Ooh. We can actually chat instead of you typing, because I know how frustrating typing can be. So just let us know in the chat if you are going to, and then I'll make my way back over to the
If not, that's totally fine as well.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Ever go invited to or actually play one-shot games with other streamers? No, not at the moment. I don't know if we've been invited, but we haven't played with other streamers. We haven't been doing this long, so...
No, we get invited to play other people's games, but not streamed.
Yeah.
Just because we really haven't been doing this that long.
We've had a couple shout outs on channels as well, but that's about as far as that goes.
You know.
That was cool too. I enjoyed when you sent me that little clip.
Oh, when we had like the physically our video being played on there and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was sick. Could have even made it in the future.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
I am okay with that.
It doesn't. It's just an option that exists.
I also like shilling it to see who the first person that's going to jump in on it is. I'm really curious.
Yeah, no, it's whoever wants to.
The people that we've had on so far don't count because they are our friends that we've been, bullying into jumping on.
Well, they're also
sorry, Jordan.
They're also
you don't
players.
count.
They're also
players.
Yeah.
Or our editor.
Yes.
So they don't count.
But yeah, one shots though. I
did a one shot once because the COVID happened and we stopped the campaign.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of the Australians that we've met as well, or I've met doing this journey, that actually live stream the games don't live in the same
area,
same fucking state.
Yeah.
They don't live in the same state, so for them to come here and do a one shot, I would have to work out accommodation for them and all this other stuff. And I would want to make sure that they'd be comfortable.
We'd be happy to do it. It's just more work than we're trying to put in right now.
Because we don't want to full blast it.
Yeah.
So.
Also, we're not trying to get ahead of ourselves. But hey guys, come and do one shots with us, and we'll teach you our setup and all the shit that you're gonna need to know to be at the game, because we've got specific shit that happens with it and yada yada yada.
We're at the point where we want to take it as slow as we can.
Yeah.
But not slow enough that it doesn't progress.
Just slow enough that I get to play every week.
Like yesterday, we had our first video hit 350 views.
Yeah.
And that was literally, you look at the analytics and it's like, oh.
0 views, 0 views, 0... this is hour by hour, by the way. 0 views, 0 views, 1 view, 306 views. So,
by looking at the way that it's been going, because I used these videos as a little test when I uploaded them. And
ever had a game cancelled due to someone not being able to show up? No, we play without them.
Cancelled once.
Oh, did we? When did we cancel?
The death of a grandparent.
We did cancel one game. Yes, okay, I do remember that now. There you go. We've cancelled exactly one game for that.
Yeah.
Usually, we play without you. Not to say you've had something traumatizing happen, so we're playing without you. It's more of a take all the time you need. We'll have your character doing something that's not going to get you killed, and we'll bring you back into the next session. We'll just make it, as Rob likes to call it, a shopping session.
Yeah.
Where we just roleplay and talk shit and have some fun.
Yeah. And I try and accommodate as much as I can.
Yeah. But that being said, there's really no space for one shots.
We've had no we've had to skip a sessions because of fucking weather.
Flooding. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Still managed to get the
we still did the podcast mid-flood.
That's because we managed to move all the shit out of the way. We just needed 2 chairs and a camera.
The studio was flooding, and we were committed to doing this. We're still doing the podcast. Yeah. And
fuck, I just realized that. Because we get the flooding again, it's that wall.
Yep.
With that shit up.
That's fine.
Is that going to affect it?
No.
No?
No, because it's at the bottom.
I thought it came through the top there.
No, it comes through the bottom of it.
Yeah,
but
right.
also this is a better area for it to flood now.
Yeah.
Because if you look, the way it's done is it's actually not like the timber's not right near it.
Yeah.
Especially like here.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I've moved it strategically to the way that I believe would be the safest.
Look
But
at
yes,
you go.
we had flooding and it sucked.
Oh yeah.
Twice actually.
We found out that
The last time it flooded at the old studio.
Oh, that sucked.
Yeah, but we actually moved
Yeah.
the session to a different house.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've had.
Yeah, but like that was when the hole underneath the thing had to be dug
coming up.
out. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fucked.
Yeah. Your new daddy.
I love it how you've changed it to daddy.
Is it not daddy?
No, your newfound dad.
Yeah, you're just daddy from now
Yeah, I was gonna say just call him daddy from now on.
All right, daddy. So, what? If you don't know this as well, because you're brand new to it, I don't know what segment you jumped onto when we're doing this. When we're originally talking about was like the timeline of where we've gotten and how we've gotten, and every little tip we can give to any new person that's starting stream, what's helped us currently, because we went from having almost no
Dad's
people
fine,
watching
Mom.
and stuff, mad. So just
Dad is fine.
daddy's all is good.
Dad is good too. Yeah.
So what happened was that we were explaining just our road to here and how we keep progressing and numbers keep going up and it's fantastic.
TLDR. Just start. Do it with anything.
Yeah, and we
just went into a lot more detail.
yeah, and we actually have our own studio.
Yeah.
Like it's basically its own house.
Yeah.
Like it has a bath, it has its own separate bathroom, its own separate kitchen, its own separate like workshop, its own separate rooms, like hallways that go into other rooms. So we are fortunate enough to have that. And we were explaining that we used to do this out of a tin shed.
Yeah. Even before that we used to do
built.
it outside.
Yep.
Yeah, the tin shed got flooded. That's what that's the one we were saying everything raised. The hole underneath of the shed had to be dug out from underneath it.
Yeah.
It was something else.
The studio floods, that's because there's a crack somewhere in the wall
Yeah.
that I have to find and fix.
The main problem with that is the best time to look for it is when it's flooding. Unfortunately, when it's flooding, there's a lot of water and it's hard to go outside and look for it.
Yep.
It really is a vicious cycle.
It's just it just happens. You can't do much about it.
Yeah.
It's part of what everyone else is dealing with. It could have been much worse.
Oh, it could have been.
Actually, no. Sorry. That flood was that flood that we canceled the sessions for was kind of tame. I forgot that my whole backyard flooded.
Yeah.
And it came through the front door.
Yeah.
Like we have two big double doors, and it came underneath it about 2 inches high, straight through here.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
This room we're in is 5 meters by 5 meters. Like it's massive, and it just went straight through.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Garage, basement, play in a large van. That's sick. 10, good gaming, humbling. Yeah, fuck yeah. Literally, play where you can.
yeah. That's
Can't stress that enough.
No,
Whether you, even to people that are just like, hey, I want to play D&D, but we have nowhere to play.
you always have a
Go
place
to a
play.
park.
Literally.
Bruh, like, you can get, like, character sheets on your phone, so you don't even have to worry about pages flying everywhere.
Parks have
Play a park.
park benches,
Play sitting on the floor.
and people are like, oh, what about like lights so we're able to see? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Use a dice roller online. Like, literally, Google, or I can...
Just ask your phone.
Yeah, I was going to see if I could remember how to get that up, because I disabled it, I'm pretty sure. Roll a d20.
Something neat you can do as well, which not a lot of people
Roll a
know
d20.
this.
Hey, look. We rolled a d20.
Did you?
It's 19.
Oh crap!
Like, you can't... Oh, yeah, you can see it. Fuck yeah. But yeah, you don't need lights. Place a streaming game can be difficult. Just the playing is stupid easy.
Oh, playing
is stupid easy. But like for streaming, all you need is somewhat of a camera to have it recorded with. You don't need to have multiple cameras. Multiple
I think what he needs is like the thing you brought up earlier.
Yeah.
About how like you can't do it in your kitchen if like your parents are home or you got kids that are running around. Like I think that's what he's bringing up is the fact of like location.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I'm pretty sure that's what you're talking about, Daddy. Is location.
I love that you're running with that.
I am. He said it's fine. Now he's fine. If I had the ability to change
their name for them,
yes, it would just be Daddy. So whenever he came on here, I just go, hey, look, it's Daddy.
Is there a way to do that?
No, there isn't.
Like add someone on Twitch and change their name for you? No?
I don't think there is, no.
Nah, it's just report and whisper. Damn.
What? So, yeah. It is all about location. And we forced it to happen. Well, I forced it to happen. Yeah. I put so much money down to make that shed. So I made a tin shed that was 5 meters long and 3.5 meters wide. I didn't make it from nothing. I definitely used like a kid.
Yeah.
Or you can say I did it from nothing and I'm just amazing. But that's just what happened. We did it and we worked together to build it up and build a floorboarding, like floorboards, boards and everything else. We had no power in there.
Yeah.
And I made it fucking happen.
Yeah.
I had this, went to Bunnings.
Mostly we were using like magnetic fucking like switch lights with
that was at the
light.
start. But then I found my favorite thing, and I hate the fact it's just not usable anymore. It makes me sad because actually I could use you up there. No, I can't. You don't have.
Do you mean the magnet torch thing?
Yeah. So I went to the tool section and I found a magnet. It's a torch that you charge, and it has 8 hours of life and 2 different settings of light. It has dim light and bright light. My God, they both worked fantastically. And the thing
it wasn't dim light and bright light; it was bright light and blinding light.
Yeah. So, and it lasted. It never ended when the session ended. It always ended when we were in the middle of playing Magic at the end of it. And
the names from playing Halo, when I killed folks, it gave them a funny message. Or a good laugh when they killed me. You were killed by your newfound dad.
Yeah.
You killed your newfound dad.
That's actually
what did I do?
Fantastic.
Oh, I'm blind myself?
Yeah.
So when when there's sudden light or really blind light, like really bright light, I can't see shit.
We used candles.
Yeah.
But not like fire candles, like LED candle, like tea light ones to light up that had different options.
Yeah.
And strip lights like this.
Yeah, LED stripping. But this USB light also had a Bluetooth speaker in it.
Yeah.
And it hung on the roof, and it was just the ambient music. And it was fantastic.
It was sick. We actually struggled so much trying to set the music back up when we moved into here.
That was the biggest struggle. Oh my God.
Like, not even just to have it going through the stream, but to have it somewhere where it didn't sound shit.
And also...
Because it was always like from here straight up, and we played on both sides of the table.
And then
so it was pretty centralized for everyone. And the moment we moved here, it was like over to the right, or it was all over to the left.
And another thing as well is that and the players can't hear it.
Yeah.
Or the stream hears like really poor fucking quality of it. And it was just something else, and it sucked, and it felt so bad. Because we got copyright-free music given to us.
Yeah.
We got the ability to use it free. And I was like, mad. So we have over 300 songs in a library. Let's do it. And so we did.
Like the first 4 or 5 episodes, we just barely had music going.
Yeah, and then for until I think 6 sessions ago. 5 sessions ago, you guys heard no music.
Yeah.
Only the people on
the
stream did.
first like 3-4 episodes was
Were
when we
played
had
through a
the
speaker.
speaker or well.
Yeah, and then it was after that you guys just didn't hear music for a while.
We have a 3D printer, so that's how we print our pieces. And then Blake also makes all of the terrain himself out of foam. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
I still
I'll
can't
grab
do
a couple
shit
pieces.
from it. So if you end up tuning in, I'm going to be starting running a campaign with 2 new players and Blake. And if you tune in on that, you can tell me how badly I make fields, because no matter what I do with that shit, I cannot figure it out. When I'm like hard in conversation with him and he's like, yeah, and there's another way to make an archway, like a really cool archway out of that. I'm like, sit there for 25 minutes, like, fuck, I figured something out.
Yeah, it's all modular.
I'm just shit with
It's
it.
fantastic.
So
But-
here we've got some examples.
So I don't know how well you see this, but that's a house.
This is my favorite house he's made. It's fucking sick.
I think you're gonna like the new ones I've got planned. It looks really dark, doesn't it?
Hold on, let's get rid of that. Yeah, it's kind of dark.
One sec. I'm a fix the lighting and turn it up.
Better probably have to do the other one too.
Huh?
So better probably have to do the other one too. Yeah, this thing is awesome. I love it.
Has it gotten bright yet?
You can see it better. I also put the light against it for a moment.
Nah, that doesn't do it any fucking justice.
I did want to put the light against it.
Oh man, that does it a bit more justice. So, so
Yeah, check it now.
yeah, that looks good. Okay, so this is it. There is more detail and everything on this. It's just that right now, from this distance and this lighting, it doesn't look great. But it's all foam.
Yeah.
Completely made out of foam. So, created this building out of foam. You just, that's fine. No.
He builds dungeon tiles too. My favorite thing is he has a chuck test where he finishes painting them and he goes, yeah, that's dry, and he pegs it at the wall.
I do.
It's fantastic.
And
Because if it doesn't survive, it wasn't good enough.
Yes, that's part of it. So then the miniatures, it's going to be a bit hard.
Well, we got the light here still.
Yeah, so that's our PLA printer. It still comes off pretty good. I just don't know how well you see it. It's a giant like frost worm. And then this is our heavy boy, because he did it full resin. You can even hear that. Our other camera died, so I'm just not going through
That's
it.
fine. It's only that one.
But yeah, so we print our miniatures.
If we actually should have put it in from that one.
Yeah,
No.
but that one's dead.
Yeah.
Because I didn't plug it in properly. I can see it now. But yes, it's we fully use. If I have a vision for something, I print it or I build it.
Yeah.
I haven't printed something in a while because I just still haven't dealt with the bane of my existence, which is my PLA printer, which annoys me.
Yes.
But yes, I went out of my way and I bought a printer, and then one of the other players went out of their way and bought another printer, and we just teamwork do that.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. It's,
All our character minis are Hero Forge.
Yeah, I make terrain with cardboard. That's mad. I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna grab my Dungeon Master screen that I made myself. I'm gonna grab my first one.
Is this the one that you love telling all the time? Yeah.
My first one.
Oh, okay. The very first one, he's got a story he loves telling. I'm going to tell it really shorthand if he wants to go further into it. But he started with a Coke box that he would like just cut up and put in front of him. He tells it better. Make terrain out of cardboard. Yeah. Oh, let's come off.
That's
been sitting in a box for fucking ages. What do you expect?
It to be together because it's been sitting in a box for ages and hasn't moved. Honestly.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, clearly. What are the PC classes in the current game? So in Friday group, which is the one I play, we have a bard, which is myself, a barbarian, a warlock, and what's Dylan's new character?
Wizard.
Bladesinger wizard. And then in the Wednesday group, there's 2 rogues, a bard and a paladin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move this.
So this is my first Dungeon Master. This is my first real made Dungeon Master screen. I painted this. That's actually a groove in it. It has a latching behind it that you just pop up, you open, and then you open it. It has almost nothing in it anymore. It just has its whiteboard for me to write like combat and stuff on it, like initiative.
Yeah, this was the first made one. Wasn't this made in like a day or half a day?
Kind of. It does fully extend,
Yeah.
but used to just sit like that.
But it was also just a very spur of the moment project, this one. And it worked so well.
Yeah, I went to Bunnings, bought hinges, and put it together.
And it's a piece of wood.
and then
cut 2 ends off and
Then I spray painted it, and then I was like, yeah, I'm going to fully paint this in Jara. Then I painted it in Jara. Did a shit paint job on that, by the way. It's so fucking bad. And then got a whiteboard, everything for it. And when it comes to so yeah, I made that. My first ever Dungeon Master screen though was the first night I ran my game. I and some other friends go, wow, I wish I could play D&D. I said, why not? You guys never played before, and I've played 3.5. How hard can 5th edition be? It wasn't. But as a DM, I was like, I have the most experience, so it's fine. Because that's generally a DM with the most experience in playing can DM. A player with the most experience can generally just DM. Because they've watched it so many times.
yeah.
They have somebody they can follow who did it. So I did that. We sat down. My first DM screen is not the one I told him.
Oh, it's not?
I have lied to you.
What screen was? You've always told me that.
It was my first official Dungeon Master screen, but it was not my first. My first is even funnier.
Well, now I feel bad that you've not told me this.
We were at my friend's house. We had a couple of minis, no Dungeon Master screen, and some paper. And dice, obviously. I got 3 bottles of plant poison. Put 1 in the middle and 2 on the sides, like a Dungeon Master screen, and that was my cover-up.
Yeah, I've never heard that one before. That's awesome.
That was it. We played for 9 hours with me like that.
I hate you.
So you know, like the jerry can style ones where it's got the handle and you tilt it.
Yeah.
That was it. That was 100% it.
Oh.
Yeah. And then after we came literally the next night, grabbed a 24 pack of Coke cans, and then I literally,
awesome.
I visioned how I could make a DM screen out of it. I literally ripped it, cut 2 ends off, and stood it up. And that was a DM screen for 3 years.
Daddy said, looks nice. I never use them personally, take notes before games, then journal after them. As a DM, I just free flow according to PC actions.
You, Daddy.
He's very much the same.
Daddy, you, fantastic. Fantastic work. Like, clap for Daddy. Because that's great. Playing best way to be the best Dungeon Master for your players is use your Dungeon Master. Like, to be the best Dungeon Master is to use your players. If you have a rogue, guess what? Make sure there's something for a rogue to do, like randomly, even just like a door's locked.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, what? And they like go do it.
That's what I'm good at.
There's this arcane thing around here. The wizard goes for it, or the sorcerer or someone. Something needs to be broken down. The barbarian's got it. You know, stuff like that. But also letting your players write their own story is what I do. I have a plot in my head I don't take notes, by the way. It's pretty bad sometimes, but I roll with it.
My favorite thing was in campaign 1, like the long form one, where we had a villain in our 3.5 game named Arcus.
Arcus, yeah.
And in the first long form game, he had a character, an NPC named Arken.
Yeah.
And so, literally, for the whole of the first campaign, every time he popped up, we're like, oh, yeah, Arcus. No, that's not his name. Hold on, Arken. No, that's the one from 3.5. Yeah, Arcus. And we play an entire fucking session, and then he'd go back into his, he's like, one little note that he'd taken from 3.5, he's like, nah, we had it right the second time. We get to the next session. He's like, yeah, no, so it was this one. Cool. We play a session with that. We wouldn't see him for like 5 sessions.
Yeah.
Then he'd come back and we'd have the same dance.
Yeah. But yeah, I've gotten better at it. I don't like taking notes. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
But also not lazy at the same time. I just have too much other crap to do than take notes and read over notes. I have videos I can watch back.
Good question. What classes are the hardest to get players to want to play for you?
For me?
Because I'm curious about that too.
I think it's possibly the class that I would have to say.
Camera died.
Shit.
I was wondering what that vibrate was. It's fine. I'm sure you can still hear us.
You can. Welcome to
That's fine.
DG Dark. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, that's going to echo like shit. Sorry about that.
Oh, well, not my fault. I'm not that did it, but...
I can't believe it wasn't plugged in properly. Yeah, so we're still here. We're still here.
Usually it's from having been burned by previous DMs not utilising their strengths.
Oh! Monk. Monk.
Why monk?
Because Alex was never actually just a real fucking monk.
No, he wasn't, was he?
He was a bard.
He was.
Whose fighting style was used fist.
He was used fist and used flurry of blows.
Yeah.
That was it.
Monk and wizard. Yeah. No, actually, sorry. Monk and cleric.
Cleric?
Yeah.
Why cleric? The only cleric I know that used DM for was soul.
The hardest reason for it is because no one wants to be a fucking healer.
He did heal a lot though.
No, he was the only one that did it, and then he got over being the healer.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, I don't really have any. It would be monk, and the funny thing is I have players who've gone a multi-class than monk anyway. You were the only druid.
Yeah.
No, actually, you were the second druid.
There's the second one now, yeah.
No, beforehand. The first one was Ragnar, but
okay.
but he died and then didn't want to play the game anymore. I'm like, okay, so you died. It's up
Look,
to you.
that's how that happens sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, the hardest role is support, because only select few people understand how well it is. And when I say select few, I mean like really select few, like
players though,
Yeah.
not characters.
Yeah. The one thing is in our games as well is that I live by a philosophy that when you build a character, build a bit of you in it. Don't build a gag, because when you build a gag and you complete the gag, it's no longer a thing.
Paladin and cleric are usually the girls' class editions to give people a better feel for them. Really, Paladin? I would have thought Paladin to be quite a straightforward class to play, because you just do a bit of everything. Does a Paladin
3.5.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, that's right. He was saying that he did 3.5. I don't know how Paladin's playing 3.5.
In my honest opinion, I believe that Paladins in 5th edition are better.
Yeah.
Clerics in 3.5 are strong. You thought they were good in 5th ed?
Really?
Well, back then, bear strength, right?
Yeah.
Said, oi, by the way, you get +2 in strength.
Yeah, right.
Do you know? Like all the other ones, they're all pluses to the stat.
The actual stat.
Yeah, not you get advantage.
Yeah.
It was you get plus to your stat, which increases everything of that stat.
Yeah.
There was
That's pretty good.
one for all of them.
That's pretty good.
And yeah, healers. Yeah, that's the problem. My group's starting to do more and more healing.
Yeah.
Because of the new implemented rule that we've been testing out. It's fantastic.
We showed people why heals are important.
Yes. In our current campaign, we're about to come up to episode 45. So we've been playing 2 sessions every week. So technically we've been playing for 23 weeks.
Yep.
Straight. Except for the flood week.
Flood week doesn't count.
No. So yeah, we play our games and they go weekly until the story ends. And right now they don't have their big plot.
Yeah.
They have snippets of big plot, but it's up to them whether they know about it, see it, and all that stuff. I change my mind every week. That's why I do the way I do until what makes sense and when it pops up. When it pops up, you'll know.
And you run with it.
Yeah. But when it comes to doing this type of like the role of healing, we've had 4 players die. That's a massive rate.
This campaign.
Yeah, this campaign. 4 PCs have died. Yeah. And it's not like I went out my way and murdered them. No.
One got killed by bad rolls.
One got killed by another player.
Another player character because bad rolls.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 died because the healer used up all of their healing all at once in one go for seemingly no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because the character that got healed did nothing else physical in that dungeon. Most players want to be the tank. Imagine healers that tank. Can you provide an environment that makes healers be the tanks?
I just want to let you know something. I have done that. It is terrifying as a DM because the healer, the way I'd done it was through the items. My God. If you ever...
Talking about soul again?
Yeah. If you ever give a cleric a weapon, make sure that you know how strong it is, or nerf it, or whatever, because this weapon was the bane of my existence. So we're actually implementing something soon that's new, which I find it going to be quite fantastic, which is a variant on prestige classing from 3.5, but added into 5th edition. We you don't know, you're new. Hi, how you going, Daddy? So we are we're writing our own book. It's not going to be a big book. It's not going to have laws upon laws upon laws. It's actually going to be an asset guide, which introduces the exotic weapons from 3.5 and also introduces back the prestige mechanic. But it works
obviously
a little bit different.
Reimagined for 3.5.
Reimagined, yeah.
Not 3.5.
Yeah. And what it is, it's going to allow them to do certain things that they couldn't do before. And you still need your prerequisites. And they're a lot easier to get. You don't have to meet a drunken master at a bar.
Yeah. And outdrink him.
Yes, and no, he's a drunken master.
Yeah.
When it's so hard to know that. Because any drunk person would say they're a drunken master. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But no.
Like those level of prestige requirements were literally talk to your DM and hope they're not going to be a dick about it.
And in the prestige classes, the cleric, there was actually one that I was thinking called combatant, or like a weapon master type thing, where they can use they get extra attack.
Yeah, okay.
But the prerequisite is that they need to be 5th level.
Yeah,
and
but
it doesn't stack.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Clerics are already busted.
Yeah, I know. But another prerequisite of it is that they need to have... They need to
My
have...
tablet died, and so I had to swap this out.
Yeah.
This is sick. Because we now have the new little thing up in here. It pops up and I can read the previous comments.
Yes.
Yeah, the camera died. Soz.
No. Sorry about that. The camera did die. I actually haven't gotten back up to charge it. I should. I'm not.
We're not getting it back on this session.
Oh, we could.
It is already quarter to 11. I don't think we're getting it back on for this podcast. Watch him make me go until 1 a.m. to make sure that I'm wrong about that. Anyway, prestige classing. Clerics are already cracked. I don't see a cleric needing extra attack. That's just me though.
Oh, extra attack is like the last thing. It's not the start thing.
Okay. So what else do they get?
It's a 5 level thing.
Okay, so what else do they get?
They get proficiency in a weapon of their choice.
Yep.
2 seconds.
Don't most cleric subclasses already give you much weapon proficiencies?
This is for any class can take it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Not just.
Oh, this isn't. I thought this was like one of the ones that needed cleric. Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
This is for any class. None of these things stack.
I just used a different camera. Gotcha.
Yep.
You sneaky bitch.
I just need to be behind here again.
Good.
And make sure it all works.
So weapon proficiency for the first one. Hey.
Oh god, that's dog balls.
I mean, it's better than no camera. Favorite PC was a fighter that dual-wielded mercurial great swords with monkey grip. What's a mercurial great sword? That's the only part of that I don't know.
We all know what monkey grip does.
Yeah, we all know monkey grip, but what is mercurial great swords? Honestly, damn, it's so hard looking at this on my phone. Oh, I can bring my charger back.
It's an exotic weapon. We are bringing in exotic weapons.
Yes. I'll have to look them up. I need a photo of that. Yeah. Not to close cage, I need... Yes. But yes, exotic weapons are coming back. We've already got a scythe coming in during the session that I'm going to be running every other Monday.
Yes. It's also 2d4.
Yes.
We're not bringing back crit ranges.
No.
They are very strong.
Especially in 3.5.
Especially if you get like improved crit range and stuff like that. It's very strong. It's definitely not needed. What else we've got? So there was other things that I was thinking about it, but it was just to pretty much turn a class that isn't melee so it can have melee. But slowly like comes up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just so that way you can have more customization. But yeah, yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up. It's quite an early one, but it's because I would like to do a cheeky Kmart run.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
What?
What a mercurial greatsword is.
I thought you were gonna say the Kmart run.
Oh, no, I'm also down for a Kmart run though.
Nah.
So mercurial greatswords hide a secret reservoir of quicksilver that runs along the interior of the blade, so that when you swing it, it makes the blade itself heavier, so it makes it hit harder.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Also, another thing that's really cool is that we're bringing back what is it called?
Yes.
Oh my god, you don't know what it's called because I'm fucking...
No, I don't think you've told. You've actually put that in
Masterwork and Greater Masterwork.
Oh no, you already told me that we were doing.
No. But for the book, I was telling them.
Yeah. They said you haven't told
where
me.
it's non-magical, but it still increases damage.
Yeah.
You can get that done on it, but if it's a magical weapon, you need somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Man, no, I've just got my mind on that mercurial greatsword now. That sounds fucking sick. And the physics of that is awesome.
Yeah, it'd just be like a exotic weapon. It is an exotic weapon, but it'd just be a flavored one to be like...
Well, the thing that I was reading was off of Forgotten Realms wiki. And it was talking about, like, if you're not proficient with it, you actually get a -3 penalty using it because of the shifting of the liquid in the sword. It just sounds sick.
Yeah, penalties used to be like a cool thing back
Oh,
in the
yeah.
day. But yeah. So, anyway, thank you, Daddy, for being a part of the podcast this week. Hopefully you can join us next week, and hopefully you're okay.
For your last question, is there a class feature you think is OP, and how would you fix it / what would you replace it with? The most overpowered class feature in the game is 100% Action Surge, and I don't know how I would fix it. Action Surge is busted.
Yeah, it's hard because they only get to... higher levels get to use it twice, but it's still... Oh, yeah, make it a long rest.
Even that. Like, multi-classing... if you're just a fighter, like, straight through, it just means you get an extra attack every time you short rest.
I don't know why people...
If you multi-class it with a caster, you get 2 leveled spells in, like, a single turn.
No, I thought
That's
you could...
fucking
No,
insane.
the rules as written, like, as the writer of... Like, the guy who wrote the PHP says you can only cast 1 leveled spell.
No, you can only cast a 1 leveled spell if one of your spells is a bonus action. It's part of the bonus action thing.
No, but he said... Rules, like, you can only cast 1 leveled spell a turn. Like, that's what he said.
I don't remember this.
He wrote it on, like, his Twitter thing.
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing this.
Questions.
Because everything I've seen, you can cast a spell, have it counterspelled, and you can counterspell a counterspell.
Well, Action
All in your
Surge.
turn.
Do you know what you can do as Action Surge? Immediately after you use this action, make 1 melee attack.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like, limit it to a melee attack. I feel like that would be better. Yeah. But yeah, Action Surge is the most busted fucking thing in the game, and you get it at level 1.
I do not disagree.
Oh, level 2?
We have level 2. We have so many things that suck that we can fix.
Oh, yeah.
Challenge rating.
We tried to fix Paladin by giving them their 11th level fucking class feature at level 1, because we didn't know that they get that at level 11. We just thought it was a flavor fail that you could run out of magical god energy.
Do you know that that Grappler fight would have been so different if I just decided to read that? No, he couldn't get it. No. Yeah, he could have. Fuck. That whole fight would have been different if I decided to read that level 11th as well.
Yeah, I know. That's insane.
But yeah. Alright. Yeah, we hope you can join, catch up on one of the games as well. But also, yeah, just do what you do.
Hey, if you're ever up at 6 a.m. again, feel free to pop in, and
but
we run this every week.
Another thing as well is that we don't actually converse with chat that much during the games because we don't have chat on in live.
I do check chat, and if important things come up, I'll write a quick note, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm fully focused on my 4 players in front of me at a time. But this podcast, we do it all the time. And we were meant to do a meme review about everything, all the memes and stuff, but...
it was meant to be this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, but last week, it not being last week fully threw me off. Yeah. So I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want it.
Yeah, that's
deal with it. Alrighty. But other than that, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to fuck off the camera and leave it to Jacob. Jacob.
We stream this podcast at 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time every Monday. Pretty soon to be every second week only, as I'm going to be starting my own mini little campaign outside of the main campaign that we run, which will be at the same time when that starts. Until then, every week, Monday is our podcast. We also run a parallel concurrent game of D&D between 2 groups. One plays on Wednesday, one plays on Friday. That goes live at 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. And gameplay starts at 9. We have 2 of our players, Rob and Dylan, that both also stream. You can find their channels through Twitch, moving through our Nightbot at the moment. I'm not going to go back into it because I'm on my phone now, not my tablet, and it's a lot harder. But that is everything that we do. We have a YouTube channel that everything gets uploaded to, and we have been posting shorts, which have apparently been pretty popular at the moment. The most popular thing on our channel. Go check them out. They're a lot of fun. We will be reading a channel, so anyone that is still with us, stick around for the raid. It shares the love. It makes people feel good when they see people coming in, and that's all our announcements. I'll try to see all up in chat if you see me. Oh yeah, try and get me to react to something. I'm 100% okay with that. Come in on Fridays. Just put random shit in chat. I might react. We'll see how good you are.
Alright. Alright, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.